Hello there, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Pokemon Stadium 2 Draft League. We're in week 3 already. As you can see, I've got the standings updated above me. My poor team hanging out in last place there, but hopefully this week will help us move up a little bit. The team with the doubleheader this week is Nightmare AC, which stands for Nightmare After Christmas. I just couldn't fit After Christmas on that line. So yeah, we got some good matchups today. We got the Nightmare and the Power, the Slashers and the Nightmare, and the Ponyta against the Ho-Oh. So I'll be right back in just a bit with the first battle. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. First matchup of the day is the Nightmare After Christmas against the Pokemon Power. Whoever wins this could very well potentially be in first place by the end of the night, depending on what happens in My Little Ponyta's matchup, what happens in Nightmare's other game, and also how point differential plays out. So, a lot to play for if they lose. As you can see, there's already some teams that are 1 and 2, so they'll still be fine. They'll be middle of the pack, probably, if whoever loses. They're not going to, drop to the bottom. The only case of that happening would be if Nightmare went 0 and 2 today. But yeah, we'll see how this one goes. Power versus the Nightmare. AC. All right. Just realizing that the Nightmare never gave me a lead. Let me see what that's about here. All right. Sorry for that little skip there, guys. I now know who they want to lead. They want to lead Gengar, which was kind of my thought too, more so just because with Gengar relying on Nightshade and Hypnosis, it's kind of, again, I never want to say it's the most expendable because that makes it sound like it doesn't do work. It does do work, but it's not great against anything in particular, which therefore makes it the it does the same thing against all 6 Pokemon, I guess is what I'm saying. So, you're not oh my gosh, I needed that specifically to beat Moltres, Alright, let's try Hypnosis. I've got specific instructions on what to do. Hypnosis, and then attempt to switch to the Snorlax. They kind of need the Hypnosis to work first, though. Like I said, the problem with Gengar is that there's nothing in particular it's great against. It would lose to Kadabra, it would lose to Tyranitar because of Bite. It could maybe handle Electabuzz, maybe. So yeah, it's a tough one. It's faster than Venusaur, so there's still a shot. Well, then it gets faster than Moltres too. Tough one, because like I said, well, I don't want to switch Tentacruel in and take damage, because Tentacruel would actually be great to come in at full health and beat this thing. Houndoom, same story. We need to save Houndoom for, Kadabra. And maybe Venusaur, although Abra can do work against Venusaur also. Snorlax is just good in general against most of these Pokemon, except for Poliwrath. And Poliwrath could just use Hydro Pump on Gengar instead of Dynamic Punch, so... Yeah, I think at this point, we just go for Hypnosis again. Oh for 2 on Hypnosis. I can't control luck. I can control which attack we go for. I can't control luck. On the bright side, we get to switch in Tentacruel unscathed. Wow, so 0 for 2 on the Hypnosis there. Granted, it is 60% accurate, so yeah. But you would think that means that we'd hit 1 out of 2. Alright, Tentacruel. Let's see if you have better luck. Let's go Bubble Beam. I was thinking Tentacruel had Hydro Pump. That was from Stadium 1. In Pokemon Stadium 1, Tentacruel was Hydro Pump instead of Bubble Beam. So my bad there. But Same principle. Fire Blast missed. Okay. Good for Tentacruel. Interesting that the game is leaving Moltres in instead of putting Poliwrath or Electabuzz or Venusaur in. I mean, that doesn't matter. We were already faster than it. Miss again for us. Okay, well, the burn is not great, but it's only going to affect Sludge Bomb. It's not going to affect Bubble Beam. So that's not the end of the world. It might have been smart to use Barrier there, because we saw Moltres wasn't going to do anything to us. If it's Kadabra or Electabuzz, we switch. If it's something else, we try to get a Barrier up. Yeah, okay. Houndoom coming in immediately. Make sure I pick the correct arrow. We're switching Pokemon. Yeah, I know. They know that. I told them that already. Alright, Houndoom. Yep, Psychic's not going to do anything. I forgot to mark down Tentacruel's kill. A knockout. Let's do that. Bite. I was going to say you should switch. Poliwrath or Tyranitar make the most sense. Okay. So you're definitely going to go Hydro Pump on us then. I guess we're going to switch to Tentacruel because we don't want Snorlax taking hits before it can get Curse up. That's where it would have been nice. I see what the owner of this team was going for, to put something to sleep and then get Snorlax out there, but unfortunately we couldn't get Hypnosis to work. Alright, well, Sludge Bomb's not going to do as much damage, but we could still get poisoned. And there we go, first try. That's exactly how I planned it. I knew it was going to poison. Miss. All right. Well, since we are burned, we're probably going to get more damage out of Bubble Beam, to be honest. I should have wrapped. That would be a good combo with the poison. I'll try that next turn. Or we get a critical hit, making me look smart. Miss again. Interesting it's not going for Hydro Pump, because Hydro Pump has more accuracy. Well, after seeing how much the poison did, actually, we're just going to go Bubble Beam and try to get the knockout this turn, one way or another. Alright. 0 for 3 on Dynamic Punch. I don't know why it's doing Dynamic Punch, though. And they're going to save it with 25 health left while it's poisoned. Okay. Interesting call there. And Tyranitar doesn't want to eat a Bubble Beam. What's it doing? Speedfall, Speedfall. Oh. I think we're still faster, but it still would have been nice for other Pokemon later. Alright, Bubble Beam again if they're going to let Tyranitar go out there and get hit hard. Alright, Tyranitar's down to 87 and hasn't done anything yet. The burn takes out Tentacruel, meaning that the knockout technically goes to Moltres. Well, this is a perfect time for Machamp. All right. I guess submission. It's not got the greatest accuracy. But I don't think Fire Punch and Thunder Punch are going to get the job done from this point. Maybe Thunder Punch. We'll see. Accuracy is going to be lowered. That's even better. All right, we'll give one submission a try, and if this accuracy drop makes us miss, we'll try Thunder Punch. We got it. All right. Evened up at 4 apiece now. Although Poliwrath is on its last legs. Back to you, huh? Well, we do the same thing as before. We switch into Houndoom.
Here comes a Pokemon Switch. The Pokemon appears with a cry. What's next? That had no effect.
I'm actually going to go Ember because I don't imagine that they're going to switch Poliwrath in. And maybe we get a burn on something or a super effective hit on Venusaur. So I'm going to go Ember. Of course they stay in the turn that I do something other than Bite. Alright, well we'll go Bite next turn no matter what then. I mean, not a bad hit because to be honest, I don't think Bite one-shots. So damage is damage at this point. They're staying in. I don't know what the computer's doing this matchup, but alright. I mean, put Electabuzz in, do a neutral hit. Alright, Kadabra goes down to Houndoom. Alright, we got a hindered Poliwrath, and then we've got Electabuzz and Venusaur. For Electabuzz, I'm actually going to switch in the Snorlax. Because Electabuzz is going to go for special attacks. Snorlax has good special defense, which should give us a turn or two to get Curse up. Yeah. Not even 100 damage. Okay. Curse. I do think it's funny they gave it Curse and Defense Curl. If you have Curse, why on earth would you ever use Defense Curl? Alright, we'll get a second Curse in there, and then we'll let Snorlax run amok. Alright, our defense is going down, but it's going to go up again when we use Curse. So our defense is back to normal. So now we've got we've got 2.5 attack, and we've got two times attack and 1.5 defense. Headbutt. Again, Body Slam would be better, but all right, defense is back to its original number, but we still have double attack. Oh. Fire Punch in case they switch to Venusaur. They're not going to switch to Venusaur. Okay. All right. Okay. We got Poliwrath, who's almost gone, and Venusaur. Okay, they put Venusaur in. Headbutt. All right, we'll be back to 1.5 times attack. So the only thing that is that Curse really did for us, for the most part, is lower our already slow speed. All right, let's go with Headbutt again. If it does lower our attack again, we'll just finish it off with Fire Punch the next turn. It didn't, so it's going to be interesting to see how much this does. Is that enough to keep it alive? I think it is. But it's going to be low, like in the red or yellow. Yep. Now we just Fire Punch it, and I think we beat the Venusaur. Abra might not even have to show up to this one.
What'll it do? The hit glanced right off. What's up? Yes, it's a hit. Yes,
All right.
going down.
Snorlax takes out the Venusaur.
Just one Pokemon remains.
And I'm going to do a kindness here for this team's owner.
It's down to the last
Since I have the ability. Poliwrath is going down no matter what because of the poison.
from both competitors.
I'm going to put Abra in, so this counts as a game for Abra appearing in.
The trainers switch
Also, because I don't want Snorlax to be here. So yeah, you're welcome. This Pokemon has made an appearance. That's big, because I don't think he would cut Abra, but in our league, a Pokemon has to appear once before it can be cut. Dynamic Punch missed anyway, so it didn't matter what Pokemon was on the field. And the knockout goes to Tentacruel, who poisoned it to begin with.
Pokemon goes down. And there goes the battle.
All right, that was a 4-0 victory for the Nightmare. Very well done. All right, so our first matchup of the day goes to the Nightmare. It may have looked like a bit of a thrashing there, but in reality, it was just decent play on my part. I'm not taking all the credit. I'm just saying, like, I didn't do stuff like leaving Kadabra in against a Dark type, or leaving Moltres in to take multiple Bubble Beams, leaving Tyranitar in to take multiple Bubble Beams. So that one really had more to do with the computer just being plain stupid, as opposed to like somebody doing a good job picking their team or not picking their team. But nonetheless, great job to the Nightmare After Christmas. Congratulations, you got our win. And we'll see you again in the very next battle as I get those ready to go. Hello there, everybody. Here's the second matchup of the day. We've got the West Virginia Slashers and the Nightmare After Christmas. This time the computer having Nightmare After Christmas. This is going to be a tough one for my Slashers because Primeape can't hit any of the ghost types, and he brought 2 ghosts. So we're going to have to play around some stuff here. Mr. Mime would be a great lead as long as they don't bring Houndoom to start, which means they're going to bring Houndoom to start. I know how this game works. Lantern's actually a really good lead for 5 of his Pokemon. And then if he brings Dugtrio, we just switch in Dodrio to make Magnitude miss. So yeah, I think we start with Lantern here. And here we go.
This free battle is about to get underway. A hot battle involving multiple events of tomorrow has just started.
All right, Magneton to start. Not super ideal. But Hydro Pump's neutral. I'm going to go, I know it's risky, but if it works, it'll be great for me. I'm going to go Supersonic one time. Come on, Thunder, miss.
There's the attack. Oh, that's a miss.
All right, come on, Supersonic somehow hit.
Feeling supersonic. It's become
All right. This turn, I'm actually going to go for Spark to try and get a paralysis. Come on, hit yourself, hit yourself, hit yourself. Darn it. Miss again.
furious attack. Great hit.
He didn't miss again.
What's this? It's tripped by
All right, confused and paralyzed. Let's go for Hydro Pump and hope we actually hit it.
heated battle. There it goes. Hit. That inflicted some damage.
All right,
Oh,
there we go. I like that.
down.
I should have paid attention to how much Spark did. Spark might be able to knock it out here.
Continue.
I'm just going to go Spark again. It might not knock it out, but I'm going to go for it.
There's the attack.
Come on, hit yourself again. Well, no. Here comes the thunder. That's what I get for not going for Hydro Pump. But it does look like we're at least going to take out the Magneton. Alright, that's not real fabulous for me. It would have been nice to have a little bit more health to deal with some of the other Pokemon, but Magneton's gone, and Magneton did provide... It did cause some problems for some of my other Pokemon, so Sneasel in particular couldn't really do anything to it. Alright, I don't really have anything to switch in for you. Even Chansey really doesn't want to see you without, like, getting help first because of Sludge Bomb. Speaking of which... Alright, Lantern goes down. Tentacruel with a knockout. What do I want to send in to fight Tentacruel? Let's go Mr. Mime. It might actually scare it to switching out and give us a free turn to set up Barrier.
This is a clash of different Pokemon types. The commands are made.
Yep, okay.
Here comes a Pokemon switch.
So at the very least, we'll be able to hand double defense to something.
Oh, it's Houndoom.
All of Houndoom's moves are special.
Ah, it raised its defense. What impact will this Pokemon switch have on the battle?
Baton Pass. I thought about maybe doing a substitute, but we're going to go Baton Pass. As long as we don't flinch, we could flinch. If we flinch, we're in trouble. Alright.
It used Baton Pass. Other Pokemon takes over the battle.
Let's go Chansey. I thought about going Primate, but if I do, they're just going to put one of the Ghost types out there. So since Houndoom only has Special, for the most part, if not totally. Actually, judging by what's left, Dugtrio is the only thing that could hit me physically. Dugtrio and Tentacruel, I should say. Egg Bomb.
How's that? A light pass. Oh,
We flinched.
it flinched.
Alright. I wanted to see how much Egg Bomb would do. It's not going to do a lot, but I just wanted to see.
What now? A light hit.
I've got a family, apparently, that doesn't realize I'm recording. Because they're starting to make some noise and stuff. So I may have to pause at some point to settle them down.
Still look fresh and ready for more.
Sing. Assuming we don't flinch.
The hit glanced right
It's
off.
a low accuracy move, just like Supersonic.
It's singing. Whoops, that missed.
Yep. Yep.
Both hanging tough. What next? That did little damage.
Come on, Chansey.
Oh, it flinched. A hot battle is unfolding.
Alright, that's not working out. Chansey could heal if we get it in against the Ghost. So we're going to switch to Primate
The
in an
commands are
attempt
made.
to bait the Ghost out.
Here comes a Pokemon switch. Oh, it's Primate. What's this? It's not very effective.
Alright. You're going to switch Pokemon. I'm going to trust that you are going to switch Pokemon. What does Sneasel have? Beat Up and Ice Punch. We're going to try to go Chansey against him. I hope I'm right. I'm going to send a text to see if I can get the family here to quiet down. All right. All right, they switched too. Is it a ghost? Is it a ghost? Is it a ghost? Awesome. All right, if we can sing this to sleep, we can Dream Eater and heal up. You're going to switch again. Yep, okay. Can we get Sing to work still? That would actually work against Tentacruel also. Please let this work. Oh my goodness, we might have a chance. Dream Eater. You're switching again. Is it going to be the ghost now, or is it going to be, did you just magically know I was using Dream Eater? Okay. That's interesting. Well, at least we know the Tentacruel is asleep, so we can go back to Dream Eater at some point when it comes back out. Dodrio. Yeah, I told the owner of Nightmare before when we were talking before this battle, I was like, this one's gonna be like musical chairs. There's gonna be a lot of switching in and out by both teams. All right, doesn't matter what you get. Gosh, an 8. Yeah, Chansey would have been dead for sure. I'm gonna do Pursuit on the off chance that they're switching. They are switching. Pursuit will do double damage. Not a lot, but it's still damage. All right, who's coming in? Ghastly, okay. We're normal on flying, so it's definitely not going for Shadow Ball. I think it has Psychic, so it's got to be going for Psychic. All right, we're going to go fly. We should be faster. We are. All right, Ghastly, what's your plan of attack? Yep, Psychic. All right, if we could do at least half here, Dodrio might be able to take out Ghastly. All right, yeah, Dodrio can take out Ghastly with another fly. Okay, less than half. I like seeing that. Fly is only 90% accurate, so there is a chance we miss. All right, here we go. Here we go. Do we get the knockout? Do we get rid of one of the things stopping Primate from running amok? All right, Ghastly's gone. If we can just get rid of Gengar now, Primate has a chance to win this for us. They're going to go with Houndoom. Interesting. Once again, we should be faster. Should I go try attack and see if we can paralyze it or something? Does do more damage than Fly back then. Really, Fly only had 70 power back then. It's got 90 now. Huh. And 95 accurate instead of 90. Okay. Try attack. Come on. Burn, freeze, or paralyze. We got none of that, but a good hit nonetheless. Would have been nice to have any of those 3 results. Survive it, survive it, survive it. Yes. Yes. Let's take out the Houndoom. You're going to switch into Gengar because I'm using a normal attack. If it was Tentacruel, that'd be nice too because we could get some damage on it. Gee, wouldn't have guessed that. I think Gengar's faster than us. I'm not sure. Let me look it up for once instead of guessing. Trying to be better about that this season. Because somebody that was battling with their own team would know if their Pokemon was faster or not most times. Let's see.
They're eyeing each other warily.
Dodrio has 254. I'm pretty sure that's slower. Gengar's 270. Then again, Gengar can't do anything but Thief and Hypnosis. Because Nightshade doesn't work on normal Pokemon. So, knowing that, let's go fly again. Thief, please survive it.
What this? That did little.
Oh!
It managed to hang in.
Alright, I don't think we're going to beat Gengar, but we're going to at least get to hit it.
There's a big HP difference between the two combatants.
You went for Hypnosis when I was in the air. Interesting choice.
Oh, that's a miss.
Critical hit, come on.
Hit.
Ah.
That was good.
Good hit, though.
The heated action continues.
I might want to save you for,
Excitement fills the air in Pokemon Stadium.
it's, oh, Sneasel's faster.
They even have tears
If
in
it
their
goes
eyes.
for Thief again, it's not going to hurt Sneasel much. We could come in and hit it with Ice Punch. I'm going to go Sneasel.
The Pokemon
Actually, the really brainy move would be to try and go for Slash, assuming that they'll switch to Houndoom next turn. I think I'm going to try Slash and see if that works. If we can get him to switch.
How's that? Oh, that was weak.
All right, I'm going to try to out-predict you, game. I'm going for the Slash. You didn't switch. Ah, shoot. I should have gone Ice Punch. That's not great.
That's it.
All right, we definitely survive another Nightshade.
Hot battle is on.
Let's go Ice Punch this time.
There's the attack. A light pack.
Gee, it's almost like if I would have done 2 of those, we could have beat the Gengar.
Will it do? Yes, it's a hit.
Beat Up doesn't do very much, and we do have 5 though. Ice Punch isn't gonna beat it, so I'm gonna go Beat Up and hope that's enough.
Beat up.
I don't think it's gonna be enough.
A light hit. That did little damage. That was a glancing blow. A light pack.
It was based on all their attack stats, so Chansey did nothing. Wow, Beat Up is a lot different back then than it is now. Alright, Sneasel goes down, but still did a good job to get Gengar low. I would have preferred to see it beat Gengar, but hey, you work with what you can work with. If I put Mr. Mime in, they're gonna switch to Houndoom. Chansey's only way to hit Gengar is Blizzard. Primeape can't do anything, and Dodrio's slower, so it goes down the second it goes out to fight Gengar. So I think my only option is Chansey. If they switch to Dugtrio like they did that last time, it could be a free shot with Blizzard. I think I gotta go Blizzard and hope that either Gengar stays in or that they switch to Dugtrio. Switching to Dugtrio would be really funny. Blizzard. Miss the Hypnosis. Come on, please. 60% accurate. All right, our move is 70% accurate.
No, it is Blizzard. Oh, that's a miss.
All right, I know how this is going to go. It's going to put me to sleep this time. It's absolutely going to get me to sleep this time.
Uh-oh, it's
Darn you, game. Darn you.
It's fast asleep and can't be moved. That little nap will certainly make the action one-sided.
I know it's going to Nightmare. I'm still going to go for Blizzard. Like, maybe we wake up and we hit it this turn or next turn. Because, again, we can always heal by hitting the Tentacruel with Dream Eater.
Can't move. The nightmare torments the victim. The crowd's excitement
It's going to be a really close call here.
is batted.
If I take you out, it's going to do a normal attack this turn. I know it. right, let's try for Blizzard again and hope we wake up this turn.
What'll it do? The hit glance.
Come on, Chansey. Yes, hit it, please.
What now? No, that didn't connect.
0 for 2 on the Blizzard.
Sparks are flying from both competitors.
0 for 2 on our more accurate move than Hypnosis. It's going to hit it again, I know it.
Whoop, that missed.
Oh my gosh, come on, Chansey, third chance here.
How's that? That's it.
It would have been nice if you did that 2 attempts ago.
Knockout.
That could literally be the difference in this game, the fact that Chansey was stubborn and didn't want to hit it.
Pokemon will join.
All right, I'm trying to think of... Primeape, can, with the Ghosts are gone, Primeape can beat Houndoom. It can potentially beat Dugtrio and or Tentacruel. The key now is, can we keep Chansey alive long enough to try and get health from the Tentacruel? Mr. Mime is still needed for said Tentacruel. I'm going to switch to Primeape. We're going to get hit by Bite and take a little bit of damage, but then we can try to cross-chop it next turn. If they switch to Tentacruel, then we switch to Chansey and go for Dream Eater the very next turn. If they go to Dugtrio, Dugtrio's frail, and we could maybe still get a really big hit on it. Okay. Oh, that's right. Swift is physical, so it was smart to do that, actually, to try and hit Chansey. Cross Chop.
Ready to go.
Please hit.
Wham! Cross chop. Oh, that's a miss.
Why? Why can't my guys hit?
Next, a light tap. A hot battle is unfolding.
I don't want to go Thrash because then I'm locked into it against the Dugtrio. Like I can't switch. This is gonna get real rough. Fine, I'm gonna go Thrash, try to get the KO.
It's crashing. Yes, it's a
Alright, Houndoom's gone.
go.
The bad thing now, though, is if it sends in Tentacruel, it could wake up before I get a chance to switch.
Difference in the number of Pokemon remaining on each side.
Come on, be Dugtrio.
The Pokemon emerges.
Okay.
Pokeball.
If we get a low magnitude, which this game is known for doing in clutch moments, then maybe I can have a chance here.
What now?
4.
A light hit.
All right, come on, Primeape. This game likes dishing out the 4s to Dugtrio.
There it goes. Great hit.
All right, if we can get another like 4 or 5 here,
Both competitors.
we can beat the Dugtrio.
Hold on. Magnitude.
Oh my goodness, another 4.
Glanced right off.
I'm so sorry, owner of the Nightmare. You must be very livid right now.
A sharp attack. That's
All right, Dugtrio goes down.
knockout.
Can I switch yet, or am I still locked in the Thrash? Because this game gets interesting if I'm locked into the Thrash.
Another go. It's down to the last Pokemon.
I can switch.
The heated action continues.
Let's get Chansey in there right away. Also, Primeape, I believe, is confused after Thrash. At least that's how it is now. I don't know how it works in this game. I assume it's confused. So switching also means that if Chansey dies, we can go in and we're not confused when we try to attack at least. Stay asleep, please.
It can't
I need you to stay asleep one more turn because I know you're faster than Chansey. Come on, game. Throw me a bone here. Stay asleep one more turn. Yes! Chansey, heal up with Dream Eater.
There's the attack. That attack just bounced.
Really? That's all it did. Come on, game. You're supposed to go off my special attack, and my special attack's not supposed to be that bad. Oh, well, we still got some damage. It's going to wake up this turn, I'm sure of it.
It can't.
Okay, another hit. More healing, I guess. Probably should have switched to Mr. Mime.
It withstood that easily.
But I can switch to Mr. Mime if it beats the Chansey. So,
The crowd's excitement.
okay, you're definitely waking up this turn. I'm not going to be dumb enough to assume that you're going to stay asleep still.
Intense
So
battle.
I'm going to go... Oh, the real smart play would be to go for Sing again.
The trainers look determined.
I'm going to go sing again. It wakes up and maybe we put it right back to sleep.
It woke up.
Sludge Bomb, that's probably going to knock us out.
Hit. That inflicted some
That's all right. You got some damage on it, Chansey. Good job. This fight is far from over for both sides because all my Pokemon are damaged.
big difference in the number of
Is Dodrio faster than Tentacruel? Because Tentacruel, a lot of people don't realize Tentacruel's as fast as it is. Like, it's sneaky with how fast it is. Tentacruel. If I can get to it in the Pokedex.
trainer has
Okay, so again, 254 for Dodrio. 246 for Tentacruel. Alright, put Dodrio out there with our 7 health, and we'll get to hit it with Tri-Attack at least.
the Pokemon appears with
Maybe we burn it, paralyze it, freeze it. Tri-Attack has a chance to do any of those.
this is worrying.
So let's go. Come on, Dodrio.
A sharp attack. Hit. That was good.
We didn't get any of those, but it's down the red. That's going to take out the Dodrio.
Yes, it's a hit.
Critical hit when I had 7 health left. All right. All right, we got Primeape and Mr. Mime.
Be the next Pokemon.
I'm going to attempt Primeape because I think it might be faster. I don't know. I don't think it is now that I think about it.
For another go.
But I definitely can't switch to Mr. Mime and just give it a free turn now.
Pokemon is
Thrash if we happen to be fast enough. We do not happen to be fast enough. This should knock us out.
shot. Right. That's a hit. There it is. Knockout.
All right, it's going to come down to if Mr. Mime
Each team has
can survive a Sludge Bomb
battle.
or Bubble Beam, whatever it chooses to do. It should do Sludge Bomb.
Pokemon is
And then all we have to do is hit it with Psybeam.
Pokemon.
But that's if we get the chance to hit it with Psybeam. So here we go. The battle comes down to this turn. Survive it, please. Even if you get poisoned, just survive it.
Great hit.
There's your battle. Hey, remember when I guessed wrong on the Sneasel thing with Slash? And I wished I had another turn? Wow, second week in a row that my team gets down to the opponent's last, Pokemon, and then they just beat 5 of mine. Unreal. Chansey got ripped off, though, because, I'm going to have to look up the Gen 1 and 2 mechanics on Dream Eater, because, Dream Eater's supposed to go from your special attack stat. I know that Tentacruel has a pretty good special defense, but I feel like it should have done more damage than it did. So maybe I misunderstand how much damage Dream Eater did back then versus what it does now. Nowadays, it's a very strong attack if you get it off. So, maybe it's one of those things like high jump kick or like we were talking about Fly being different during the battle than it is nowadays. A nowadays Dream Eater, that 2 Dream Eaters would have destroyed that Tentacruel. So I'll have to check that out and see what happened there, because I wouldn't have banked on that as my win condition if I knew it was different. So, but that being said, since I did not know that beforehand and I did not look it up, I can't use that as an excuse for losing the battle. What I should have done is, another example would be instead of going cross chop that first turn with Primeape, if I would have done Thrash on that turn, maybe Primeape has a little bit more health to possibly survive a Sludge Bomb. So there's a lot of things I could have done differently. Just very upsetting because I played that, I thought, very well. And then to have Tentacruel just wipe everyone out at the very end, upsetting. Oh, another thing I could have done is, after the first Dream Eater, seeing it didn't do much, I could have switched in Mr. Mime and gone for Psybeam. So, I mean, but I also didn't know it was going to be asleep as long as it was. So, you know what they say, hindsight's 20/20, so I can second guess a lot of things I did, but I think I battled very well there. All 3 battles that the computer has won now, this season, have been down to the wire like that, and they've had something go their way. We had, the first time I lost, we had, Magnitude being a 4 for the Dugtrio, as it did in this game. The second time I lost was off a paralysis. So the Pokemon I was controlling was slower the next turn. And now we have, like, Cross Chop missing from Primate to start that whole series of events. So, yeah. I think I've done a pretty good job. But, again, I can't control luck. And, the game can sometimes. But congratulations either way to Nightmare AC. Depending on what happens in the next game, Nightmare AC may be in first place now after coming out of this 2-0. All right, I will be right back with our final game of the day. All right, we're here for our last match of the night. Unfortunately, Ponyta did not get their lineup into me before this recording, so I'm going to instead use their lineup from the previous week. That is a thing that we've done since the very first year we did this. This is year 3, so everyone knows that's the case. Yeah, that's all I can do. So, let's see what I can work with here. Actually, I'll be right back, it looks like, because the teams got mixed up. So I'll be right back after I fix. All right, that's better. We got the teams reversed here. Okay. Except for Umbreon, Haunter's kind of good against everything. Houndour is not really going to help us out at all in this fight, so let's lead off with Houndour. The only thing it could maybe do would be to hit Bayleaf, but there's other Pokemon like Jinx that could do that too. All right, who is out there to start? Suicune is not who I really wanted to see here to start. Staryu. I don't think Bubble Beam's going to hurt Staryu all that much. Just a gut feeling. Yep, okay. Thunder. It's gotta be Bayleaf or Umbreon. The others don't make sense. Okay, Raikou. We might paralyze you. We didn't get the paralysis. Okay. Well, Golem. With Golem out there, I'm just going to go Rock Throw because, well, it could be Bayleaf that comes in, which would make Rock Throw better anyway. It also could be one of the birds, like Articuno. And, of course, Magnitude wouldn't work on them. If it wasn't for the fact that they're all special attackers, Harden would be an interesting play here. Rock Throw. Alright, it is the Bayleaf. We're going to hit you with a neutral Rock Throw. That's more than Magnitude probably would have got us. Alright, you're coming in with Razor Leaf. Does Haunter know, like, any poison attacks? He does not. Houndour does, of course. I guess we throw Houndour in there. Sludge Bomb will be good because it's probably going to be the Suicune they switch into, so we're not going to bother with Flamethrower. We're going to go Sludge Bomb. And if they don't switch, maybe we poison the Bayleaf, which is good considering it can heal itself.
Pokemon
All right.
switching out.
Something's getting a sludge bomb to the face.
The Pokemon emerges from its Pokeball. What'll it do? That did little damage. How will this Pokemon switch affect the flow?
All right, you're going to use Bubble Beam again. We'll switch to Staryu again. This time we know that you'll switch to Raikou. So we can try to beat you to the punch and switch to Golem.
The Pokeball opens to reveal its Pokemon. How's that? That didn't accomplish much. Oh, its speed is down. How will this newly switched out Pokemon fare?
Actually, even better. Let's go Hydro Pump for the Raikou. I was thinking about that. Golem's Rock Throw isn't really going to do much for us if Bayleaf can just heal it off. And maybe we can get some good damage on Raikou here.
Rejoining the battle. There's the shot. Yes, that inflicted some damage.
All right.
Impact will
You're going to go Spark, so we put Golem in there. And then we know you're going to switch, so we can put Houndour in there for Bayleaf. Or Jinx in there for Bayleaf, either one.
This Pokemon is back for another go. What next? That had no effect.
All right, you're definitely going to go to Bayleaf.
Pokemon switch affects
So
the
we're going to
flow
go
of battle.
to... Actually, Haunter is a good play. Because the Bayleaf can't do a whole lot to it. Razor Leaf is not very effective, and Body Slam just won't work.
Oh, an abrupt Pokemon switch. Oh, it's Haunter.
I was wrong, he went with Flash.
The move didn't quite work.
It missed, but still interesting.
Newly switched out Pokemon.
I think I'm faster than you. We'll find out.
There's the attack. Yes, it's a hit.
Well, you're definitely faster than me now. We're paralyzed.
What now?
Physical is going to be good, though, because Raikou doesn't have great physical defense. It did 120, so actually we could survive another hit. Let's go for Shadow Ball again. If we get Raikou out of there, this musical chairs will stop.
That's it. Wow, it used Shadow Ball. Right, that's right.
All right, Raikou goes down, so that
Going
will stop some of the musical chairs. Haunter's not really that great in this fight anyway, other than maybe the Suicune. You could Giga Drain it, but at the same time, you also could use Thunder with Staryu.
opponent is weak. What an opportunity.
Destiny Bond if it lets us. It didn't let us.
Hacking. That's it.
Critical hit just in case there was a chance that we could survive that.
That KO will
I know people joke that this game cheats, but sometimes it really does feel like it. Oh, that's risky, so I'm not going to do that. Let's go with Houndour.
They're ready to go. The Pokeball opens to reveal its Pokemon. This has become a clash between different
All right.
Pokemon types. An all-out power offense doesn't guarantee victory in a
You're going to
Pokemon
switch to
battle.
the Suicune. I absolutely know that, so I'm going to go Sludge Bomb.
Devising a suitable strategy are the key
Well, you get poison on the Suicune, that'd really help us out with it.
Pokemon.
Just because it has so much health.
The Pokemon emerges from its Pokeball.
And very high special defense. Actually, it's just good defensively in general.
That was a glancing blow.
Still no poison. All right, great.
What impact
On the
will
bright side, its only switch into the Staryu now is Bayleaf.
The Pokemon is returning to its Pokeball. This Pokemon is back for
See, I think we just kind of do this back and forth until we get lucky enough to poison it. All right, we're going to take this turn that they're switching to heal up Staryu.
Flow of battle. It restored its HP.
They didn't switch. Okay. If you want to stay in and do this water versus water thing, we'll just use Thunder.
They're both hanging tough.
Why aren't you switching to Bayleaf? We got the paralysis. That's big.
Ah, it can
Yep, like I said, that's big. I think we can actually take it out with Psychic now.
from this heated battle. How's that? That did little damage.
I was wrong, but maybe paralysis will bail us out. Nope. Oh well, we're still not going to be hurt that much. Actually, one thing I could do now is just recover until
White hot battle continues.
it is fully paralyzed, and then hit it.
It restored its HP. What'll it do?
I don't think we're going to need to do that though.
That was weak. One Pokemon is still
All right, Psychic again.
going up, but the other one looks tired. A psychic blast. That's a hit.
All right, Suicune goes down to Staryu.
This Pokemon will join the battle now.
I'm assuming Bayleaf or Zapdos.
The Pokemon appears.
Yep. Okay.
These Pokemon
And now we switch to.
both of them.
If we go to Houndour, they could do.
Fills the air in Pokemon.
Yeah, I think we go Houndour. We save Jinx for if we need it after Houndour.
The trainer switching
Oh, boy.
Pokemon. The Pokeball opens to reveal its Pokemon. There's the attack. It's not very effective. How will this Pokemon switch affect the flow of battle?
Sludge Bomb just in case. They aren't going to switch, so next turn we've got the green light to go for Flamethrower.
Oh,
We got the poison anyway, too, on top of that.
it shrouded itself
That safeguard's a little late. We got you poisoned before you could prevent it.
in an already difficult situation.
Since you're poisoned,
Between the two combatants,
we're going to do Sunny Day. Because that'll boost our Flamethrower.
sunlight has turned harsh.
It'll also boost your Synthesis, but at the same time you're poisoned and we'll be doing more damage anyway. Okay, it should have done 75%. I don't know why it went all the way up. Must be one of those changes in mechanics from the old games to the new games again. So that's the problem, is I play the new games nowadays. So I come in going with their mechanics. But it didn't matter because our boosted Flamethrower got it anyway. And that is why I set up the Sunny Day.
There's a distinct difference in the number of remaining Pokemon for each side. Oh, it's Zapdos! It has to make up for lost ground. A hot
Well, I'd love to
battle
stay in there and
starts.
take advantage of that Sunny Day, but we're going to go with Golem.
Here comes a Pokemon.
Thunder, I'm not sure about Thunder. I know Blizzard drops to 50% accuracy in
This Pokemon
weather
is rejoicing.
that's not ice.
What was
Thunder
that? That had no
didn't matter because we're ground type. We go Rock Throw here because if they switch to Articuno, we're still hitting super effective. They didn't switch, okay.
What's this?
And then Umbreon could get hit by any of our attacks, so yeah.
A sharp attack. Drilled a weakness.
All right, that we actually do enough that we could take it out next turn.
They're both hanging tough.
It's going for Flash to try and make us miss.
The move didn't quite
It
work.
didn't even get Flash to hit. All right.
It's rock throw.
All right, then.
A powerful blow.
Zapdos goes down.
There's a big difference in the number of Pokemon remaining on each side. The Pokemon appears with a
Articuno.
The
Rock
Battle
throw.
conditions appear to be changing.
It's going to hurt a lot, but if we don't die, we get to hit it with 4 times effective rock throw. It missed, so here comes that rock throw I was just mentioning.
That struck home.
Almost a one-shot.
Still capable of
All right.
but the other one looks tired.
Jinx.
This Pokemon is switching out.
Also, we have 5 of our Pokemon still, so if Golem did go down, we would have been fine. Articuno only has 5 blizzards at max.
What'll it do? Oh, that was weak. What impact
All right, Ice Punch.
Which have on the battle? There, Ice Punch. That's it. Down it goes. Just one Pokemon remains. Oh, it's Umbreon. This is the last.
All right,
Pokemon.
Umbreon's the only one left.
Pokemon of different types are squaring off in battle. The trainers switch
Time for Hitmonlee.
Oh, it's Hitmonlee! What next? It's not very effective. How will this
High jump kick.
affect the flow of battle? There's the attack. Oh, that's a miss.
All right, that stinks for us.
Mean look. Ah, that Pokemon can't make
This is a terrible matchup for you. Why do you not want us to get away? That's so funny. You know what? Let's meditate once. So that when we do finally hit high jump kick, we do more damage.
Ah, it raised its attack power. 90 sand attack. Accuracy is down.
Because it was already going to be tough to hit it as it was. It's definitely going to be tough to hit it now. But if we do hit it, it's going to do a lot of damage. Might even be a one-hit knockout.
What now? That did little damage.
All right, Hitmonlee, here we go.
Sharp attack. No, that didn't connect.
All right,
The crowd's excited
let's try it again.
from this heated battle. How's
The more damage we take, the more we could lean toward reversal.
vicious attack? It's super effective.
All right, now I'm going to go with reversal to seal the deal.
Unfolding. The commands are made. There's the attack.
Although we might still miss because of that sand attack.
Wow, reversal. That's it.
All right.
That settles this battle.
All 6 Pokemon with a knockout each for the Ponyta. And they win this one a whopping 5-0. They actually benefited from not submitting a new lineup. Go figure. All right, so with that win, My Little Ponyta will hang on to first place despite Nightmare's win streak today. So, congratulations to My Little Ponyta. And I'll be right back in a minute, everybody, with the updated standings. All right, for those of you wondering where my hat went, it's been taken off in frustration, seeing as my team, the Slashers, has now been on the wrong side of 2 epic collapses back-to-back weeks. Last week, we had the Ponyta on the ropes with just Haunter and Jinx left, and then Haunter went on to take out 5 Pokemon by itself. This week, we have Tentacruel on the ropes, and it goes on to take out 4 Pokemon in a row at the end to win the game for a total of 5 knockouts. I don't know what to say. The only thing I can go back to that's on me in that is Sneasel could have been played better as far as taking the guess there on Gengar. If I would have gone for an Ice Punch, that would have changed the ball game some. And maybe knowing the Dream Eater situation beforehand, it does apparently do less in the older games. So probably won't be going with that strat again in the future for this game. And I think in the future, because we've now seen both the computer waste Mr. Mime and I wasted Mr. Mime in this game because we had to switch out the Chansey after it passed on the boost. I think Mr. Mime has to strictly be a late game Pokemon. Like, for example, well, let's take Primeape as an example. Primeape doesn't have, I mean, it's on my team, but like, you'll get the point. Actually, Golem's a good example. There we go. That's a Pokemon on another team. Golem only has physical moves. So Mr. Mime would be a great candidate to come in against Golem, who it's faster than, I believe. Get up a barrier. Survive a hit. Pass that defense onto something like Primeape that's good against the Golem. And then that's how Mr. Mime is more appropriately used. Or you give it to something like Miss Maggie. I'm not Miss Maggie, that's in the future games. Mischievous, who only has the Ghost and Dark weakness, which, of course, it can attack the other Ghost types itself. And against the Dark types, it could use Thunder. So, I think unless it's passing the defense on to Mischievous, it needs to be a late-game Pokemon. And, unfortunately, I had to see it fail twice in 2 battles before I figured that one out. So, now that I've got my sulking out of the way, let's get into a cheerier mood and go over the standings. So, what we've got here is My Little Ponyta still sitting up at the top, 3-0. Just like last season, a massive point differential for the first place My Little Ponyta. That was the case all of last season, even going into the playoffs. Nightmare After Christmas, a nice 3-game win streak. Lost their first match against My Little Ponyta and has now won 3 straight. We have Pokemon Power at 1-2, hanging out there in the middle at number 3. And then we have the Slashers and the Ho-Oh both at 1-3. That was really the only movement in the standings today is both those teams lost, but since the Slashers' loss was closer, they passed Houston Ho-Oh in point differential, so the Slashers moved from 5 to 4, and the Ho-Oh moved from 4 to 5. All right. Oh, moved my mouse by accident. Didn't mean to highlight anything. So here's the stats after this week. Moltres leading the power with 4 knockouts. Kadabra 3-3. I thought it would be doing better than that, seeing as it's Kadabra, but I think that everyone, now that we're in year 3, I think people are starting to formulate plans specifically to attack Kadabra. And I think kind of like the Mr. Mime thing I was talking about, Kadabra needs to be saved for when its counters are gone. Of course, the computer had that team this week, so there was nothing the power could really do about it. The Slashers, my team. There's going to be some changes. I can tell you right now. I'm not going to leak who it is that's getting cut, but there's going to be some changes. Sneasel's still good. Primeape's as good as I thought it was going to be. Just mismanagement on my part today. So, like, those 2 are fine. I'm not going to give any more clues, but those 2 are definites. But, yeah, there's definitely been some disappointments. I guess I will give away one other clue. I was actually very impressed with Dodrio. I think Dodrio is, it's not going to be brought every week. It's going to be brought just kind of once in a while. Change of pace type thing. But it did well enough that it's at least earned its right to be on the team for the time being. So yeah, that's where things are there. Primeape leading the way technically, since Sneasel and Primeape both have the same knockout amount of knockouts. Primeape wins because of the feint total. we go over to My Little Ponyta. Only 7 Pokemon used so far, but it's working. Haunter, with 6 knockouts to 1 faint. It's got the best ratio in the league right now. The knockout to faint ratio, it's 6 to 1. Golem with a 4 to 1 is also very good. This team is doing well. Even without submitting a lineup, they're doing well. That Haunter should actually be a 3. I'll have to fix that in post, I believe. But anyway, Nightmare After Christmas. They're doing very well as well with 3 straight wins. Tentacruel has the highest number of knockouts in the league. It's a 3 to 1 ratio, putting it in 3rd ratio-wise. But it's got the most actual knockouts. Snorlax did very well today. Machamp showed that while it's not the best Pokemon in the league, that if it had good teammates around it, it could do its job. I know that it was one of those Pokemon, kind of like Scizor and Ursaring, that were stuck on a bad team the last couple seasons. So Machamp getting the show, it could contribute. Abra, of course, I threw a bone to Nightmare After Christmas and let Abra get in the game this week, so you're welcome. Still needs to have Alakazam play. So far, I'm going to backtrack a little bit. Power still has 6 Pokemon that haven't played yet, so if they wanted to make any moves, they only have 6 they could move on from. I have Scyther still, who hasn't played. Ponyta has 5 that haven't played. Kind of shocked that Blissey hasn't played yet. Not so much that, like, oh, they made the wrong choice, but it just seemed like that person brought Blissey and Muck to, like, every match last season. So interesting that they haven't used them yet. Nightmare After Christmas just has Alakazam, which is a good Pokemon in its own right. Funny that Abra actually found its way to battle before Alakazam. Houston Ho-Oh, same situation. 5 Pokemon that haven't played yet. Their leaders right now, their technical leader is Articuno at 4-3. Raikou also has 4-4. Last year's runner-up for the MVP, Bayleaf, only with a 3-4 ratio so far. So I think people are just predicting this team because they've run a similar lineup each week. But that's where we stand there on that. Let's see how oh, okay, I hit a button. Let's see how the standings play out for this upcoming week. I'm not standings, the schedule. The West Virginia Slashers will play at home against the Houston Ho-Oh. So maybe one of these 2 teams at 1 and 3 will have a chance to get things on the right path and get to 2 and 3 at least. And then we have Pokemon. We have the doubleheader will be My Little Ponyta. 2 computer-led matchups in this doubleheader. One of those is not right on the schedule. One of those is not right, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. It's 5. Okay, yeah, one of these is incorrect. That should be, I think, a home against the Nightmare. Yes, it should. It just says at. So, a couple things I got to fix in this post video. So, My Little Ponyta with the doubleheader next week. It'll be me controlling the Pokemon Power and the computer controlling My Little Ponyta. In the second matchup, I will be controlling My Little Ponyta, despite what it says there. And Nightmare After Christmas will be controlled by the computer. Yes, that is how it is intended. Okay. So I will fix that in post. But yeah, those are the matchups. So we got that going on for this next week. And then week 5 and 6, we have some interesting events where we've got multiple doubleheaders. And then we go back to just one person doing doubleheaders. So it's an interesting schedule, I know, but that's how you get to 16 games of 5 people in a timely manner. So, but yeah, that's where everything is right now. I'm going to put it back down the standings here. Still pretty close. Again, 2.5 games considering there are double headers each week. Like that's maybe 2 weeks to recover from, 3 weeks to recover from. And we're only 3 weeks in out of the 12 that we're going to play, so plenty of time for anybody to come back. Right now, we would have all 5 in the playoffs, but 4 and 5 would have to win the extra game, of course, to try and make it all the way. So not very likely. It could happen, but it's not likely. Though last year we saw the 4-seed Nightmare, who was at that time Doom and Gloom, find their way into the title game. So you never know. But we're still having some debate amongst the league on if we're going to have 3 make it and have 2 and 3 play a play-in game to get to the title game against number 1. I don't like that idea a whole lot because I don't think anyone should be allowed to waltz into the championship. Because, I mean, the 1 seed already has the advantage of getting to pick if I'm controlling them or the computer. So, like, they already have an advantage over the 4 seed as it is, so it's not an automatic walk to the championship, but it's a likely walk to the championship. I mean, right now I'm winning 2/3 of the time, so it's a 2/3 chance as opposed to a 1/3 chance. Whereas if you do the 3-team bracket, the 1 seed is just in the championship. So maybe if we did double elimination or something, but then that becomes an ugly mess. So I think the real debate isn't going to be 3-team playoff versus 5-team playoff. I think it's going to be a 4-team playoff versus a 5. Like, do we bother with the play-in, or do we make the 4 that are the higher 4 earn it to get in? 5 is just kind of left out. We'll figure that out. And I'm not going to say the 3-team playoff is dead. I'm just presenting the possible problems with it. So we'll figure something out. Because it's a little, the double elimination is a little weird because if we do, like, let's say the 2 seed beats the 3 seed and then the 2 seed plays the 1 seed. Well, even if let's say the 1 seed beats the 2 seed and the 2 seed has to go back and play the 3 seed again. Then whoever wins would not only have to get lucky once with the computer controlling them, but twice to upset number 1. We could maybe do it like a round robin, where we have, like, the loser of 2 and 3 plays number 1, and then if that loser who's already got a loss gets knocked out and 1 and 2 are both undefeated, maybe we just have one singular championship game instead of double elimination. But if the 3 seed would pull the upset, maybe we then have the 1 play to 2 and kind of see where everyone's at after 2 games. I don't know. We'll figure something out, but those are kind of the 3 ideas being kicked around. The 3-team traditional playoff, the 3-team double elimination kind of round robin idea, and the 5-team matchup. I personally am biased toward the 5-team playoff idea, but because even though all 5 make the playoffs, you still got to earn your right to not be in the play-in game. So we'll see, but it's not just me. It's the other 4 people in the league will get their say in it too, and we'll figure out what's best overall. But until then, because we have a while until then, I hope everyone liked this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that YouTube nonsense. And I'll be back with more of the Pokemon Stadium 2 Draft League next week. And I hope it's a little bit closer than this week. We only had 1 close game this week. I hope we have more epic games and computer shenanigans next week. Because while those are frustrating for me, I think those are more entertaining to watch and laugh about. Anyway, thanks again, guys. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.